Hello and welcome. Today we embark on a most extraordinary expedition, not to the far-flung corners of our planet, but to a world far more intimate yet equally mysterious, the human body. This remarkable biological machine which each of us inhabits is a universe of its own, teeming with wonders that often go unnoticed in our daily lives. It is an ecosystem of staggering complexity, a living testament to millions of years of evolutionary artistry, performing countless miracles every single second just to keep us alive and experiencing the world around us. Over the next few minutes, we shall peel back the layers of the familiar and reveal some of the most astonishing truths about our own physical selves. These are not the commonplace facts you may have learned in a school classroom. Rather, they are the hidden secrets, the mind-boggling statistics, and the sheer biological poetry that make up our existence. We will explore the silent, tireless work happening within, from the microscopic to the monumental, revealing capabilities that rival any wonder of the natural world. I invite you to join me on this journey of self-discovery. As we uncover each of these 10 incredible facts, consider which one resonates with you the most, which one truly astounds you. Please do share your favorite revelation in the comments below. Let us begin our exploration into the remarkable landscape that is the human body. Our journey begins with one of our most profound yet often underestimated senses, our sense of smell. We navigate our world through a tapestry of aromas, from the comforting scent of rain on dry earth to the warning of smoke in the air. But the true scale of this ability is almost beyond comprehension. It has long been believed that our olfactory capabilities were rather limited, certainly when compared to, say, a canine. However, recent scientific understanding has overturned this notion entirely, revealing a sensory power of astonishing magnitude. It is now understood that the human nose is not merely a simple detector, but a highly sophisticated analytical instrument. It can distinguish between an incredible variety of odors, far more than the colors our eyes can see or the tones our ears can hear. The latest research suggests that we are capable of detecting and differentiating between at least 1 trillion different scents. 1 trillion. This phenomenal ability allows us to perceive the world with a richness and a subtlety that is truly a marvel of our evolutionary heritage. Deep within us lies our framework, the very architecture of our being, the skeleton. We may think of our bones as static, permanent structures, solid and unchanging once we reach adulthood. But this could not be further from the truth. The skeleton is, in fact, a dynamic, living tissue, constantly in a state of flux and renewal. It is a silent, lifelong construction project, where old material is perpetually cleared away to make room for the new. This remarkable process is known as bone remodeling. Specialized cells, osteoclasts, work diligently to break down and absorb old, worn-out bone tissue. They are followed by another team of cells, the osteoblasts, whose job it is to lay down fresh, strong bone in its place. This constant cycle of regeneration is vital for repairing microscopic damage from daily wear and tear, and for adapting to the stresses we place upon our bodies. So complete is this process that, over the course of about a decade, almost every bone in your body will have been replaced. You are, in a very real sense, living in an entirely new skeleton every 10 years. The human body is a master of resource management, storing energy for times of need in a highly efficient form, fat. While it has gained a rather unfortunate reputation in modern society, fat is absolutely essential for our survival. It provides insulation, protects our vital organs, and serves as a crucial energy reserve. The sheer quantity of this energy store, however, can be framed in a rather surprising and perhaps slightly whimsical way. It is a peculiar but accurate piece of biological accounting. If one were to take the fat from the body of an average adult, it could, through a process called saponification, be rendered into a surprising number of household items. The amount of adipose tissue is typically sufficient to produce around 7 standard-sized bars of soap. It's a curious thought that this biological fuel tank, so critical for our existence, has a chemical potential that links us to such a mundane, everyday object. It serves as a lighthearted reminder of the raw chemical materials from which we are all constructed. Within the core of our torso lies a formidable chemical environment, the stomach. It's actually a muscular sac containing hydrochloric acid, which is a substance so corrosive it can break down some of the toughest materials we eat. This powerful acid is totally essential for digestion and for killing harmful bacteria that enter with our food. But, this raises a really critical question. If the stomach's contents are so destructive, why doesn't it just digest itself from the inside out? Well, the answer lies in a remarkable and continuous act of self-preservation. The body has evolved an ingenious defense mechanism. The stomach wall is coated in a thick layer of mucus, and that forms a protective barrier against the acid. However, this isn't a permanent shield or anything. The cells that produce this lining are constantly being eroded and destroyed by the harsh conditions. So, to counteract this, the stomach lining undergoes an astonishingly rapid regeneration. It completely replaces itself every few days, making sure that the protective barrier stays intact and the stomach's powerful digestive forces are contained. A relentless cycle of destruction and renewal. Across the animal kingdom, tears serve a really vital physiological function. They're like the eye's cleaning and lubricating system, a saline solution that washes away debris and protects the delicate cornea. This is actually a feature we share with lots of other creatures, from crocodiles to elephants. Yet humanity has a unique and kind of profound variation of this process. We are, as far as we know, the only species on this planet that produces tears in response to emotion. The act of crying from sadness, joy, or grief is a totally human trait. And when we cry emotional tears, their chemical composition is different from the basal tears that just lubricate our eyes. They contain more protein and stress hormones, like leucine and kephalin, which is a natural painkiller. This suggests that emotional crying is more than just a signal. It's actually a physiological process for releasing pent-up emotion and maybe even starting a process of self-soothing. It's a complex, mysterious behavior that connects our innermost feelings to our outward physiology. A powerful and kind of poignant expression of what it means to be human. When we think about the concept of strength in the human body, our minds usually turn to the powerful muscles of our limbs, the biceps, the quadriceps. These are the muscles of, obvious power, used for lifting, pushing, and running. But the title of the strongest muscle, pound for pound, actually belongs to a way more unassuming candidate. It's a muscle responsible for one of the most basic things we do, chewing. This champion of strength is the masseter, the primary muscle of the jaw. Located at the back of the jaw, the masseter works together with other muscles to close the jaw with, immense force. Its power isn't really about its size, but about its mechanical advantage and super dense fiber structure, which lets it exert tremendous pressure. While a bite from the front teeth might only have a modest force, the pressure applied by the molars at the back, powered by the masseter, can be over 200 pounds, or about 90 kilograms. This incredible force is totally necessary to grind down the wide variety of foods that have made up the human diet throughout our evolution. It's a silent powerhouse, working tirelessly at every meal. At the very center of our circulatory system lies an organ of almost mythical endurance. It is the metronome of our existence, the engine that drives life-giving blood to every cell in our body. The heart. Its work begins long before we are born and, if we are fortunate, will not cease for many decades. The sheer scale of its continuous labor is honestly a source of profound awe. It is like a marathon runner that never ever stops to rest, a perfect embodiment of biological persistence. Consider the numbers for a second. Each and every day, your heart contracts and relaxes in a steady, powerful rhythm approximately 100,000 times. This translates to over 35 million beats in a single year, and wow, billions over the course of a lifetime. With each beat, it pumps blood through a vast network of vessels over 60,000 miles long. This is not a conscious effort. It is an autonomous, relentless task performed without fail, minute after minute, day after day. It is the ceaseless, vital drumbeat to the song of our life. With every breath we take, we perform a vital exchange with the world around us, drawing in life-sustaining oxygen and expelling carbon dioxide. This process takes place within our lungs, which are these two spongy organs nestled right inside our chest. From the outside, their size seems, well, pretty modest. But to maximize the efficiency of gas exchange, their internal structure has evolved to be a total masterpiece of surface area engineering. The true scale of the respiratory surface hidden within our ribs is honestly just staggering. If you were to take the delicate, intricate network of alveoli, the tiny, balloon-like air sacs where oxygen and carbon dioxide are exchanged with the blood, and carefully lay them out flat, the area they cover would be immense. The total surface area of an adult's lungs is roughly equivalent to that of a tennis court. It is this vast, sprawling landscape, packed ingeniously into the confines of our chest, that allows us to absorb enough oxygen to power every single one of our trillions of cells. So, it's kind of like having a private, internal tennis court dedicated to the sole purpose of keeping us alive. Have you ever had the feeling that you are just a little bit taller when you first wake up? It may seem like a curious illusion, maybe just a trick of a mind that's still shaking off sleep, but it is in fact a genuine physiological phenomenon. Each morning, for a short while, you are actually measurably taller than you will be by the end of the day. The explanation for this daily fluctuation in height lies in the remarkable structure of our spine, and well, the simple, inescapable force of gravity. Our spine isn't a single solid bone, but a column of individual vertebrae separated by these soft, gel-like discs. These intervertebral discs act as cushions and shock absorbers. Throughout the day, as we stand and walk, the constant downward pull of gravity compresses these discs, squeezing out a small amount of fluid and causing us to shrink by a small margin, maybe up to a centimeter. When we lie down to sleep, our spine is no longer bearing our weight, the pressure is relieved, and the discs slowly reabsorb fluid and expand back to their original size, restoring our full height by morning. We return to the stomach, that incredible chamber of chemical transformation, to appreciate one final, astonishing fact about its power. We've already seen how it protects itself from its own corrosive environment, but the true strength of the acid it contains really deserves special mention. The primary component, hydrochloric acid, creates a pH level within the stomach between 1.5 and 3.5, which is an environment of extreme acidity. This is a level of corrosive power that's honestly pretty hard to overstate. To put this into perspective, the acid in your stomach is strong enough to dissolve razor blades. While this is definitely not an experiment to be attempted, controlled laboratory studies have demonstrated this remarkable capability. This intense acidity is the body's first line of chemical defense, not only for breaking down tough foods like meat and fibrous plants, but also for obliterating potentially dangerous pathogens like bacteria and viruses that we inevitably ingest. It's a potent internal cauldron that purifies and simplifies all that we consume, a testament to the raw chemical power harnessed within us. And so, our brief expedition into the universe within comes to a close. We've seen that our bodies are not merely flesh and bone, but intricate, dynamic ecosystems of breathtaking complexity and efficiency. From the silent, constant renewal of our skeleton to the astonishing power of our senses and the relentless rhythm of our heart, we are each a living collection of natural wonders. The facts we've explored today are but a tiny glimpse into the profound story of our own biology, a story that is unfolding within each of us at this very moment. Thank you for joining me on this exploration of the extraordinary machine we call home. The wonders of the natural world are not only found in distant jungles or deep oceans. They're here within ourselves, just waiting to be discovered. If you found this journey as fascinating as I did, please consider sharing it with others who might appreciate the marvels of the human body. And of course, subscribe to Critter Chronicles for more journeys into the amazing world of biology. Before you go, I am very curious to know which of these facts surprised you the most. Was it the tennis court in your lungs, the emotional nature of our tears, or the sheer strength of your jaw? Please, take a moment to leave a comment below and share your thoughts. Until next time, stay curious and marvel at the wonder that is you.